Sometimes you're asked to draw force diagrams, and force diagrams are not very complicated. It's just a diagram of an object which shows any forces that are acting on it. It shows the direction an object is being pushed, pulled or twisted. The direction of arrow shows you the direction of the force, and the size of the arrows can be used to compare the sizes of the forces. So whenever an object begins to fall, it says draw a force diagram for a falling object when it first starts to fall. Now obviously gravity is going to pull it down, and that gravity is going to give it weight. So there's going to be a large force acting down, and just as it starts to fall, air resistance then, as it starts to move, air resistance acts against it, and it obviously acts up, and it would be a smaller force. We'll just call that D for drag. In fact, I'll write it in. But that smaller force actually gets bigger as the object speeds up. So what kind of forces act when an object is at rest, say on a surface? What force pulls down on the book? And obviously the force that pulls down in the book is gravity. And that's shown in this diagram underneath the table here. So it's acting down on the book, and it's pulling it down towards the earth, and so that's why the book stays on the table. The diary does not move, so there must be, well, what must there be if the diary doesn't move? There has to be an equal but opposite upwards force. So it's pushing up on the diary. Now this is a force we don't mention very often. If that force wasn't there, that diary would fall to the floor. So it must be due to the table. And it is due to the table, and it's a force which we call normal reaction force. And that's usually shortened to reaction force. And it's due to all the molecules in the table are at a set separation. Whenever you set something heavy on top of the table, the molecules on the surface of the table don't like being disturbed, and so they produce a force which acts upwards, and that's what causes the reaction force upwards. So that's why the diary doesn't move up or down. There are equal and opposite forces acting on it. We always think about the downward force, we rarely think about the upward force, and the upward force is called reaction force.